Good evening. Today we're going to work on comparing fractions. And I'm going to work on two strategies. Right now I'm going to teach you one strategy. The first strategy is the benchmark strategy to 1/2. Now let's see, what do we already know about these fractions? We already know how to compare fractions. We know what a numerator is, we know what a denominator is, and we have compared fractions to the whole. So now we're going to compare the fractions to the half. Let's see. I'm going to put up a fraction here, and I'm going to teach you a strategy on how to compare it. Here we go. I'm going to put up my fraction 3/8. And so I know a quick little trick when it comes to comparing these fractions by half. You look at your denominator and you bring it over, and then you ask yourself, what is half? We're going to do mental math. What is half of 8? 4. And we're going to place that 4 over there. And then we're going to look. Half. 4/8 is 1/2. That is equivalent to 1/2, that 4/8. So now we want to see, how far away is this original number, 3/8, from the half, 4/8? And then we look. There's 1. It's 1 less from a half. Let's go to our number line. See if we can place it on our number line. Here it is. So we have half here. And if we go back 1 whole, it will be 0.5, then 1. And then we can place our 3/8 at this spot. I'm going to place it there. And then we have half. It's 1/8 away from half. Here it is on our number line. How about we add one more fraction to work on it again? Let's see. We have 1/3. We have to think about that half. What's equivalent to half with the denominator 3? Let's do some mental math. 1.5. 1.5 is half, is equivalent to half. So now let's compare that to 1/3. You have 1, so that means it is 0.5 thirds away from the half. Let's go to our number line. Here we are. So we have our half, and going back 0.5 is where we can place our 1/3. I'm going to write it down. There we are. One more fraction to work on in strategy 1, comparing fractions to that half benchmark. Let's try 5/9. Let's try that. 5/9. Remember, we have to think about that half. How about you turn and talk to your friends, and let's think about that half. We have to bring that denominator over. Okay. Turn and talk to your friends and think about that half. What's half of 9 to make it equivalent to 1/2? I think I hear some friends. You said 4.5. 4.5/9 is equivalent to 1/2. So now let's compare it to our original number, 5/9. That looked like it is 0.5 0.5 more than half. Let's see how it look on our number line. We have our 3/8 here, which we said was 1 from our 1/2. And then we have our 1/3, we said is 0.5 away from that 1/2. And now we have 5/9, which we said is 0.5 more than a half. Let's mark it on our number line. So now we have it on our number line. And we have it arranged from smallest to largest. We have 3/8, which looks like it's the smallest, and then 1/3, then 1/2, and then our largest is 5/9. Okay, let's look at our fractions here and see if this is equivalent and equal to our math work we did here. Let's bring it down a little bit. Let's see, what do we have? Look at this. I have 1 whole, and then I have half. And we are comparing these fractions to the half, that benchmark, comparing them from half. We said our one number was 1/3. Let's shade in that 1/3. Now let's compare to the half. Is that equaling our math that we did here? Does that look the same? Yeah. It's less than 1/2. Okay. Let's go down to our 3/8. We have eighths here. We need to shade in 3. Let's shade in 3. Let's look at it. It's look less, just like we thought, less than half. Yeah, less. Now let's go to our last fraction that we worked on, which was 5/9. And let's see if we can put it on our fraction chart here. So we have our 9ths here, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's shade those in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if we can compare that to the half. Let me see. Look at that. It is, that math is equaling as when we draw it in our model. It is 0.5 more. And that is strategy 1, using benchmark to compare fractions by half. So another way we can write that is, if we're comparing it, we could say, using our number line, we can say 3/8 is less than 1/3, and 1/3 is less than 1/2, and 1/2 is less than 5/9. Because it's going from smallest to largest.